South Africans are able, if you don't know about this one, you're not too late, because South Africans can see the FIFA World Cup Trophy up close today at the Nasrec Expo Centre here in Johannesburg. So if you're around, make your way there. The national team will compete for the trophy for the first time in 16 years after qualifying for their first World Cup, you'd recall, since 2002. Let's go live now to Mdududzi Ndlovu, who is at Nasrec for us. Mdu, thank you very much for joining us once again. I can certainly, I think I can feel the energy from here, because when I spoke to you a little bit earlier on, we did see that there were a number of supporters and fans that were trickling in. And from the one that you spoke to, you could feel this excitement in the studio about what they're going to witness today.
Good day once again, Griselda and the viewers of SABC News Channel. Yes, we are here at the Nasrec Expo Centre. As I promised earlier, that a number of people are coming into this area. I will just ask my camera colleague Lireko to show you those people who have already made it into this venue, where they are coming to view the FIFA World Cup Trophy. That's going to be contested by 48 countries at the FIFA World Cup in Americas. That is Mexico, United States of America and Canada. Come the 11th of June this year, where South Africa will be taking on Mexico in the opening match of the tournament. But we are also celebrating 30 years of Bafana Bafana's 1996 Africa Cup of Nations trophy winning. That team, some of those members might be joining us this afternoon in this very same venue. We are expecting a number of dignitaries to be joining us from around 1 p.m. But I'm with a family from Johannesburg who were there at the Soccer City in 1996, who witnessed it all when Bafana Bafana went all the way and surprised all in sundry Griselda and won the coveted trophy. Let me just take you through to this family that is seated here and waiting to tell the stories and the experiences of 1996. And one of them, his father, worked with Coach Ted Dumitru, whom we know for coaching Bafana Bafana and mostly for coaching Mamelodi Sundowns into 3 league titles in a row from 97 to 2000. But we'll start right here.
My name is Terry Jivanantham. Well, my brother was technical advisor to Ted Dumitru many years ago. I had the pleasure of experiencing the absolute thrill of winning in 1996. With the exception of one game, the Egypt game, I was not able to make because I was working. But every other game I was present at.
Your experience about that tournament overall and the Madiba magic that came with that team winning and Madiba visiting them into their hotel, the stories behind that.
It was a combination of the Madiba magic and Bafana's magic. The shoes, the Doc Kumalos, Williams. I mean, we just had a star-studded team with fabulous ability.
And Orlando Pirates had just won their one and only Continental Trophy as well in 1995 with that goal by Jerry Skosana. And I'm seeing you in that Orlando Pirates regalia of yesterday. Thank you so much for your time, sir. And let's move forward here. What do you remember? Your memory of 1996 Bafana Bafana Soccer City?
I'm going to be out of order and start my feedback with Wenzenja. We are all diehard Buccaneers in my family. My favorite memory is the Ghana game because, as I was telling you earlier on, we got to the stadium, it was an evening game. Lots of pressure, lots of tension. We're thinking Ghana, stars of Africa, and I told you we looked up into the sky and we saw a single lone star. I'm like, this is a bad omen. And then this gentleman you spoke to earlier on is like, listen, we're going to chow them. When Sean Bartlett scored the 3rd goal, we were sitting obviously by the Pirates side, and I looked down and I'm watching this guy on the right. As he crossed it, a volley in, the keeper had no chance, my man. Best memory I'll ever have in my life. I think I've done some fairly cool things in my life. Like my uncle mentioned, we've always been involved in soccer, non-racial sport. Without a shadow of a doubt, my man, us winning the 1996 is the best memory I'll ever have in my life.
What can this crop of players that we have now learn from that crop of players?
I was going to say, I'm going to sound very unpopular. That for me will always be my favorite team. Best naturally gifted team I think we've ever produced. We have lots of other players now who are playing overseas, but natural Kasi style football, we won't make those again, my man. I think just in terms of they played with an immense amount of pride. They were playing for the country. It was the first time back in international football at a major tournament. The amount of pride that we showed and natural ability, I don't think we'll ever see it again on our fields, my man.
Thank you so much, sir. We were on a winning drive as South Africa at that time, because 1995, just 6 months before that AFCON title, South Africa's rugby team, that is the Springboks, had won their first trophy as well, the World Cup Trophy at the Ellis Park Stadium. And then Orlando Pirates won that Champions League trophy in December. And then 1996 early, on the 3rd of February, we lifted the trophy. What do you remember about that 96, sir?
So I personally watched all of the games, including the game against Egypt. And when we lost to Egypt, I said to myself, I think this is good for us. We needed to lose a game and to get back our energy, to re-energize. For me, what's most important was when we read that Madiba was going to go to the dressing room and talk to the team. I said that's another good omen. And of course we won. Now, what's important for me was the team that we had that day was a properly mixed Rainbow Nation team, number one. And number two, there was, my nephew Dale spoke of pride, but besides of the pride, there was a passion. They loved South Africa. I can remember on TV, some of them were crying when we sang the anthem. So when you have that, so you have the ability, you Kasi style of football, you're allowed to play that because Clive Barker allowed us to play that, as well as the passion. I love the country. I love South Africa. That passion is what drove us to winning that cup. And the celebrations afterwards, I must tell you, unbelievable. We went to the waterfront and we had a ball of a time. Thank you.
1996 glory, Bafana Bafana, shows him Dr. Kumalo, just controlling this midfield with their Kasi flavor. Your Eric Tingler, your Mercedes-Benz, that is Linda Buthelezi, strongman for Bafana Bafana under coach Clive Barker. And you, Puti, what do you recall and what makes you happy about those memories of 1996?
I think everyone else has spoken about the soccer. I think the thing my favorite part of that whole experience is we did it as a family. We were going to the games together. We followed the campaign to us qualifying. And so it brings back a special time of us together as a family. My wife was with me for every single one of the games. I think we did miss the Egypt game, but yeah. And then I think, like everyone else also says, we were proud of the non-racialism. We were still basking in the glory of being free. You know, 1994 was significant for us who were able to survive and destroy apartheid, you know. So yeah, it was just that sense of national pride and South Africans coming together, you know, recognizing that non-racialism is our answer to the future.
Non-racialism was the word that was buzzing around that time, and glory, Bafana Bafana, 30 years since that AFCON title.
Mdu, thank you very much indeed. Great interaction you're having there with all those memories from the gentleman that you spoke to. That's our colleague here at our sports division, reporter Mdududzi Ndlovu, who's reporting live from the Nasrec Expo Centre here in Johannesburg.